Hello, we're back with another live stream. John's not here today, he's still in Pennsylvania. I'm back home, and that's how we roll. So now it's time to do the annual, well, not annual, like by stream or every stream, just like, tweet that I'm like, streaming. So let's go and do that, and I will show you my modeling projects. I actually have 3 modeling projects on my desk, but we will only be doing 2 of those 3 modeling projects. We might even finish one of them. And the one that I might finish is going to be the one that I do first, because I think it'd just be easier to get it done, considering the fact it's such a simple thing. So, it's now tweeted out. I just need to send it to all my friends. All right. Now it's time to get to work on the stream, or to what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to pause that, and I'm just going to keep the phone with the stream up onto my side, just because the chat here loads faster than here. All right, so we have 3 modeling projects on the desk. We're only going to be doing 2, and we're probably only going to be able to finish 1. So I'm just going to show you the one that we're not even going to be touching today. Hello, Twilight Railroad Productions. All right, so forgot about that. The first project we're not going to be working on, but is just on the desk, is this. Just a simple Bachman Thomas. I have plans to put the Light and Coal's faces in the thing, as well as some other things to do with the lamps. I still haven't removed the one in the back. I've already moved the one in the front. And then I'm also just going to put like the little red bar that goes like underneath the running board that goes like here. I'm going to add that. That's pretty much all the mods I'm going to be doing to the Bachman Thomas, but we're not going to be doing any of that today because I don't have the faces, I don't have the lamps, and I don't have the wood to do that. So we're going to be leaving this alone today. The only things that have been done to it have been removing the front headlamp and removing the face in iMac. The second project we're going to be working on today is actually going to be a fun one, which is going to be the one that we're going to probably finish. So I'm part of the Hornby Collectors Club. And every issue that they put out the magazines, they have like challenges for you to do. This one is a 100 millimeter track layout, each millimeter representing 1 year of Hornby's existence. So I'm going to be building a very small little diorama, which is probably going to be maybe probably a bit under 200 millimeters. I don't know how big one of the buildings is going to be. So maybe a bit over 200 millimeters, but basically you can only use 100 millimeters of track. So my idea is to have a packet next to a water tower, because the packet just fits in a 100 millimeter space of track. So I'm just going to quickly push the packet here. I don't have the 100 millimeter track just yet, or the water tower itself. So I'm just going to be showing you with the basic plan that I already have set up. So if we just point the camera down, this is the basic idea. This track, I believe, is about 167 millimeters. So I need to shave off 67 millimeters. And I'm not even going to be using this exact track. This track is going to be going onto the layout. What's up, Bluebell? This track is going to be going out to HQ2, and we're going to put this one on the layout. I'm going to take some old Hornby track that I have that doesn't even work, and I'm just going to cut it down to size to 100 millimeters, and we're going to use that track instead. The thing that we're going to be building for this is we're actually going to be building the buffers that go at the end of the track. As you can see, I actually have the ruler here, and I actually have a little strip of balsa wood right here, ready and raring to be cut. And the last thing we're going to be doing, which I think is going to be kind of fun, I highly doubt we're even going to finish it or get too far in it, but we are going to be building, if you look in the description, it's probably there. We're going to be building the Skarloey Railway carriage shed. That's what it's called. So that's what we're going to be building. I do have Skarloey on just a little piece of narrow gauge track just right off to the side. So yeah, just before we begin, we have a friend. We have my dog, Boxy. Boxy, hello. No? Okay. I gave her the boops, and that's about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point the camera down. We have a pencil here so we can mark out on the wood because we have the ruler here to measure. It is in centimeters, but we obviously have the small marks for millimeters. So the problem with this piece of wood is that it has a bit of a slope because it broke. So it was actually broken into two pieces, and it just made this kind of seam right here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the other side to cut from. Oh my God, I just got two things. What's up, Handle? How we doing? And yes, Doggo, over here. So let me show you the pieces that I already cut because I cut out 3 pieces yesterday. After I finished all my homework. So we have 3 pieces right here. You can basically already see the idea that I'm going for with the buffers. It's very simple, and I think the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one more of these, and I'm just going to mark it up next to the ruler. I don't need to mark it up next to the ruler, it just makes things flatter. And we are going to cut right where the wood is, and we're just going to make a nice little second piece so it's just a little bit bigger so we have space for locomotive buffers because the buffers can get really big. So we're just going to take this, we're just going to move the ruler out of the way, and we're going to take our trusty dusty X-Acto knife, and we're just going to graze it across the pencil mark. And once you have a little cut, just keep doing that grazing motion. Although since this is balsa wood, it's relatively easy to just kind of saw it like this, just kind of do an up and down motion. If you really want to push your luck, you can just kind of try and really force it down. Again, that's probably going to dull out the knife faster, but it's fine because once you get about halfway down, you can just easily just kind of break it and it comes off pretty clean. And if it doesn't come out too clean, that's absolutely fine. It makes it look more authentic. And there we go. We have 2 pretty much perfectly sized pieces of wood. I know that's kind of harsh, but yeah, we have 2 nice sized pieces of wood, and they're just going to be glued on pretty much just like that. We're just going to make a nice little buffer. I don't know if moving this closer is going to show it better, maybe. And how we're going to be gluing this? Good old Elmer's glue. The first thing I just want to do is I want to make sure that the buffers are going to be the right height. So we're just going to move the piece of wood out of the way. We're going to move the glue out of the way. We're going to take the piece of track because obviously this is going to be the height that the locomotive is resting on. The buffers is the same height, obviously, either side. So we'd really just want this to be like a standard size. And basically, we're just going to take one of the pieces of wood. I'm going to take this one, and we're just going to stand it up against the end of the track just to see where we want to mark the lowest part of the buffer, because this is basically buffer height. You guys really can't see this. I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to move it onto this wheel, this buffer, I mean. So it's pretty much buffer height. So I think that means really what I can do is I can just kind of take these two pieces and glue them on top of each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to, because basically the buffer's going to have kind of like a not permanent look. Hi, Josh Productions. So we're just going to put them at the width of the ties. This could actually use a bit of sanding, but that's fine. We're just going to use that side then. So I'm going to put it at the height of the ties. I'm just going to put some glue down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ruler here. So it just kind of keeps them nice and flush. Oh, they're not the same height. That might be an issue. Just going to roll that onto that side. Now I did cut these last night. Basically the idea is that they're not supposed to look permanent, and they're made from like scrap pieces of wood. So I just bumped the ruler. I'm just going to just move the ruler a bit closer in. This is like really difficult. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. So we're going to have the buffers. Buffer leg just kind of nice and tight right there. We need the smallest bit of glue. The smallest drop you could possibly imagine. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we're going to take the tweezers, to be real careful with this. All right, we're just going to steadily drop the wood into place. All right, perfect. That is one piece down. There's no blue anywhere on this table. Okay. Oh, NEM coupling is still here. We also need like the supports on the back of the thing. So we're just going to build this bit first. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of glue. Go back inside. That's a lot of glue. Oh, all the glue came off. Great. Let's take this cotton swab that I just have sitting here randomly. I just ruined everything, didn't I? All right, well, I don't think I have any tissue. No, I don't have any tissues left. All right, so I'm going to try and do now. I'm just going to try and hold this piece of wood in place while I take some of the glue. Just move it over to here. This is not working the way I wanted it to. All right, let's just put it down. That might not work. All right, I'm just going to try and do this one by hand. All right. And that's the buffers basically put together. Now I just need to let the glue dry, and hopefully they will stay together, because obviously a lot of finagling just went on right there. This packet is not, yes, it does kind of look like Percy, but that is not Percy. It actually is my own OC named Forrest, named obviously after her nameplate. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. Now we just need to wait for the glue to dry a bit. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to build the support bits, because they're basically going to go like underneath the buffer, and they're not also going to be on this side. So I think the basic idea would be to kind of like mark out where they're going to be, I guess. It's really hard to judge. I think maybe if I take some, do I have any sand? I do have a bit of sandpaper. It's not the best sandpaper, but it's sandpaper. We don't care about the works diesel here at Lego Master 365. I honestly could use a finer grit of sandpaper, but this is all I have to work with. I don't know why, but that Mozart piece that goes is like playing on my head right now. That's basically what's going on in my head right now. All right, there we go. We don't need it. No, I don't stand the works diesel. You can try and cancel me, but I'm too powerful. All right, so the basic idea is to make it look like it's been made from scrap wood. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to move the piece of track out of the way because I don't really think we need the piece of track anymore. Now it's going to get rid of like the edge stuff. Magenta. Okay. Now let's just test that against the wood. We stand Oscar the works diesel. I still have no clue who Oscar is, so it's lost to me. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. Any mistakes will be hidden up afterwards with like grass and stuff to make it look better. We're only forest. Forest is my only OC. I was trying to thought of a name for that for the works diesel character from the Railway series. I'm not a big person. I'm not like the big OC kind of guy. Like if I need to make an OC, sure, I'll make one. But I'm not the biggest fan of OCs, and that's what I was afraid of. I wasn't actually even afraid of it. I just didn't think about it. Okay, there we go. Just gonna test fit. Nice. All right. How's Strasburg Thomas? It was fun, I guess. He almost choked me to death, but it was fun. All right, I'm just gonna sand this down. It's just a mess. That's all this is a mess. I'll be releasing a video eventually about my trip because, of course, I filmed it. But basically, the cold and the wind kept all the smoke down instead of letting it go into the air. So what ended up happening was Thomas and 475, basically their smoke stayed at the platform and it just kind of like choked everyone out. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. Thomas is a war criminal and you can't deny it. Well, I mean, you can deny it. All right, I've marked out where the cuts need to go. So now we will take the knife. Yeah, for some reason, every time I go to Strasbourg, it just ends up being cold and stuff and like windy and rainy. So like it was really just my presence. I'm actually just going to cut a few, like a millimeter above where I need to so I can sand it down. Make it look nice. And then when I need to, I will sand it down to the correct height. All right, I actually made an accidental mark here, so I can just easily just cut along that. Ow, finger needs to crack, but nice and all right. Okay. Has anyone made an SR leader class OC? I have no clue. I'm not the biggest OC kind of person. Why was this cut off? I have no clue what the purpose of this piece was. I have no clue why that was cut off. All right. I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner. It's kind of warm. Now, all right, there we go. Another piece cut. And now we have all this sawdust on the sandpaper. How are we looking, guys? All right. There's the buffer. Matilda? It's warm in here, he says, wearing a sweater. It's comfortable. It's honestly not that heavy, even. It's really not that heavy. All right, how am I going to glue these down? Oh, that's an issue. Is that just going to happen? Um, Ah. All right, now I'm just testing things. All right. I honestly have no clue how I'm even going to glue these on without risking them like falling over. So I'm just gonna put glue on the end of it and just hope it doesn't fall over. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I think it's going to fall over. Yep, there it goes. All right. Maybe I should have glued them on before I put the posts on. I mean, I feel bad just kind of like ripping them off now, but like I don't really have a choice. All right, well, it's been so long trying to glue those together. All right, turn onto your side. Turn over onto your side. There we go. And now we can just nice and easily push the two pieces together. To form a nice little bond. All right. Now we get this piece. I'm just going to try and sand this down to make it a bit of a sharper angle. Perfect. The Long Island Railroad Museum was nice. There wasn't a lot to do because of COVID restrictions and stuff, but it was nice. Okay. What's up, Blue Tank Engine? All right. And now we glue this together. All right. Now, let's just see about these two. I think these two actually did get glued together. I have no clue what auto toppers are. This is just kind of like scratch built buffers. So, end of the track. So we have the three different pieces. We have the stands. We have the buffer bar, which just got glued to my finger by mistake. I'll probably kind of like weather them and make them like dirty looking and stuff. Are you guys dry yet? If I stand you up like this, will you be fine? No, you're not. You're not. You're not. think what I'll do is I'll add a tiny drop of glue here. I'm actually just going to take the tweezers just in case, so I can hold it down. Right, I'm just going to take extra glue just to kind of make a bit of a tighter bond on the ties. Not on the ties. Okay, now we just got to let all this glue dry, and then we will be back into gluing them back together. Roxy, how you doing? Roxy? All right, I guess she's sleeping. Oh, Max just posted a new video with his step name next to Audrey's step name. Okay. How we all doing out there? That's certainly not better. Yes, sleepy doggo. Okay. I don't want to start work just yet on the narrow gauge shed, just because this shouldn't take too long. I just need to wait for the glue to dry. So I'm gonna invite some of my friends. All right, so how are y'all doing out there in the wondrous world of the web as we wait for the glue to dry? All right. All right. Good to hear that you guys are doing good. All right. I feel bad just kind of like doing nothing on the stream, but I also need to wait for the glue to dry. So it's like there's really nothing else I can do. I mean, I guess after this thing, after the stream, I'm gonna record a video because I posted a tweet talking about I'm gonna be taking this apart. If you guys want to see how the iMac works, and I think it was an 83% yes. So I need to take this apart so I can show y'all how the iMac works. So I don't know. I haven't watched Matilda in a long time. All right, so I guess while we wait, let's just take apart the Bachman Thomas. I'm not going to show you how the iMac works. I'm just going to do a quick modification that will take no time at all. That will just make life easier for when I need to film the video itself. So, Bachmann recently redid their Thomas model. And we're not just talking about just for the UK. Like just in general, they redid their Thomas model, which makes it a whole lot easier to pull apart and work on. So, in case any of you guys are wondering, this is what the inside of Thomas looks like. These little prongs here, these go into a hole in here, which give power to the thing, and it just makes. That's how they make Thomas run. So I think I need to remove the motor, just move it over to make life easier. Thomas is dead. No more TZTE. Yes. All right. Just going to move this over here. The wires are kind of tightly pulled together right now, but that's fine because they'll just slacken out eventually. This might be too big. That's a problem because I don't think I have a smaller screwdriver. All right, so I guess I'll just be doing the review like this. All right, then. Just gonna move these screws over here. I'm just gonna put them back together. All right, that's the first screw in. And move on to the second one. Almost messed that up royally. All right, so in case you guys are ever wondering the reason why Thomas's cab is blacked out, it's because there's a circuit board on the cab roof. So if this was open, you would see that as well as the motor. It just wouldn't look nice. So that's the reason why the cab is blacked out. All right, there we go. This is Thomas's face. And then here's the face. This is the iMac itself. And here's the face on the iMac. And this little rod right here, this white thing, is how the eyes move back and forth. And in the video, I will go in depth as to how they get the rod to go back and forth, to make the eyes go back and forth. How's the glue looking? All right, it's looking all right, right? Yeah. All right, this one? Yeah. All right, cool. The stops are done. So I'm just going to line this up here. Just another thing. I also just want to show you this. These are Slater's plastic card, I think the company's called. These are Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway styled sprung buffers. Pretty easy to put together. You get 4 in a set. And they're a bit tough once they're sprung, or once they're pushed in. It's a bit tough, but it's very easy to put together. Basically, you have the buffer housing, which is just a little gold brass piece. You have the buffer itself, which is this little, it's not silver, it's probably just die cast. It's a little die cast piece. And then you have a spring. And the springs are incredibly small. The spring goes over the rod of the buffer. Make sure it goes past the threads. Make sure it's all the way up on the buffer. You will also get a little nut to screw the buffer into the housing, but I dropped 2 of them, so I don't have any more nuts, which means I cannot put the buffers entirely together. So the spring goes over the buffer rod, and then the housing goes over the buffer. There's a little hole at the back of the housing, which is just big enough to allow the threaded part to go through. And now the buffer can now spring. You can just kind of see the buffer coming out of the back or the bottom of the buffer. And the way this gets held in place is with a nut. Again, I dropped 2 of them, so I only have the put together ones to show as an example. You can see the nut on the back here. So when I push out on the buffer, you can see the rest of the screw, the rest of the tab come out. All right, now let's get back to this. It's going to move a bit closer to me so it's a bit more centered for you. I'm just going to close the screwdriver because I don't need it anymore. Just dried glue, just kind of covering this up. Okay, so now a nice little drop of glue here and here. All right. Where are the tweezers? Here they are. I don't think I'm really going to need the tweezers for this, but just to possibly make things easier. Just going to set the buffers down. Oh, here, this will probably be smart. So we can support the buffers like this. There we go. Now we're in business. So now we can let the glue dry. Without having to worry about the buffers falling backwards. The buffer stops falling backwards early. I might have put this one a bit too close. All right. And that is a completed custom buffer. Now I just need to let all of that glue dry. Hopefully these legs will stay together. And then once all the glue dries, we can pick it up, hopefully. I might actually just add in a little extra support right there. There's a bit too much glue. That's fine. You can use like the tip of a knife maybe and like spread it around. Perfect. All right. And that is a completed buffer. Now we just gotta wait for the glue to dry again. Which is always boring, but what more can I do? All right, so now I just need to look up Skarloey Railway shed. All right, looking up sheds. Da, 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 da. 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 Da, 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 da. Can you show 3D? I don't. For who? Whose 3D? Whose faces are you talking about? Though, whose 3D? Which 3D printed faces are you talking about? Yep. Tank Engine Fan 01 game. Whose faces are you talking about? as we wait for the blue to dry. My computer is basically fully charged. All right, there we go. A kid in that one live stream. I don't know what you're. Are you talking about the live stream that I did Sunday night with John? So if you're talking about like his wooden railway engines, one, those aren't mine. Those are his. So I don't have those faces. And two, those were wooden railway faces, not 3D printed. That he just painted up himself, like like molded and stuff, like made them look better. The only 3D printed faces I have are Percy's. So the faces are back there. I need to get up. No, all right. I don't know which faces you're talking about then, because none of the trains that we showed have 3D printed faces. The only 3D printed faces I have are Percy's. Can you just tell me what engine the faces are? Hey Ben, I've been doing pretty good. All right, how we looking? I think they're done. Look at that. All right, kind of lopsided, but that's fine. We'll just cover that up when we eventually do the layout. A little diorama. I feel weird calling it a layout because it's not a layout, because it's only 100 millimeters of track. Thomas faces. I don't have any Thomas faces. I'm not eating soap. Okay. Buffers are kind of lopsided, mostly due to the fact that this bar is a bit too high and this one's a bit too low. So I think a bit of like dirt or something help cover that up. Yeah, those are the buffers. I don't have any Thomas faces. And if you're talking about the Thomas for this one, I don't have his faces yet. I haven't even bought them. I've been buying other things. I've been buying things for this diorama. And Save from Scrap, actually. I bought another model engine for Save from Scrap just today, which is fancy because I haven't bought an engine for Save from Scrap since maybe July, I think that was. So yeah, I haven't been too worried about getting faces. Plus, I have no use for 3D printed faces. I just plan to use the Bachmann model faces for my series. Apart from Percy, obviously Percy is the only engine who actually bought faces for, just because his were just so much worse than all the others. So sorry. All right, that's the buffers done. They'll look a bit weird, but that's fine. Here's scratch build. Scratch builds aren't supposed to be like, perfect. They're supposed to be made with love, and that's exactly what they were done. Ah, my god, I can't pick them up. I'm trying to fix them. I'm trying to stand them up. They don't want to come. Alright. It's fine, don't be sorry. I just don't have that many faces. Right, there we go, I'm just putting the buffers on the track right now. Okay, so let's go back over to the reference. I only have like one reference photo of it. So we have the track. I'm honestly just going to be eyeballing it because there are like so few pictures of it that I can find. I'm just trying to find good pictures of it. Sorry, I'm just trying to find pictures of the sheds for reference. There aren't really any. There's a few, but there aren't many. Honestly, just trying to find ones that will probably, really show me. Hey, John, how you doing? Okay, so I don't have too many photos of it with things in it, so I can really only guess, and it's 2 tracks wide. So let's get another track. Okay. Now, Reneus is in this picture, and he's underneath it. I highly doubt we're going to get pretty much anywhere with this. I think really just the idea of this is to just kind of cut out the right size for it. I'm just going to sand this nice and flat. Here, I'm just going to bring the sandpaper and screen. All right, perfect. And now I just want to mark out the height that we want for this, which looks to be about here. I'm really just kind of eyeballing this. No, lower. Where did I make that first mark? Here. All right, let's make it here. There. How's that? How's that for height? Much, much better. All right. We have found our height. I think really, just because this stream has now been going on for like an hour, I'm just going to cut out all the legs of this. And then we'll worry about, I think it's going to be into the stream. I'm just going to cut out the legs. Need 8. That's a lot. It's going to take a lot of wood. Wow, I did not expect that to happen, but it happened. Okay, that's the first leg. I'm just gonna cut off this unnecessary piece. If anything, that made it worse. All right. All right. Just going to move that off to the side. Actually, no, I need the sandpaper. I want to move these two off to the side. All right. I'm just going to ditch the track right there. I'm going to move these two over here. And then this becomes too short, so we cannot use this one. So I need to put this away. It's nice to finally get started on working on the Skarloey Railway sheds, because I bought this wood like a month ago. I haven't done anything with it. All right, cool. That's 2 pieces. And now this piece is too short, so I will probably use it on the diorama. Now, remember how I said that piece was broken in half? That means that I have another piece here. And I also bought another one of these pieces, so I have more than enough wood to, hopefully I have enough wood to cover this project. I'm just going to sand this one down this time. This this is not too much wood, so it's like we're not going to do too much. Could I buy like a Metcalf kit? That would make my life so much easier. Instead of cutting down wood and stuff, I could just make a Metcalf kit instead of doing this with wood. It would indeed make my life easier. But does this look more authentic and more fun? Absolutely. So let's do another piece. Mark it here. I just broke the lead on the pencil. Fantastic. I'm just going to cut a teeny bit above the line so I can sand it back. That's 3. All right, now I just need 1 more for the first set. I'm just going to try and get this tag off. Nice. Nice and easy. I'm actually just going to okay. There we go. Make a mark right here. And once again, cut just a little bit this time, not too much. Just a little bit. That time I almost went all the way through. That was nice. I really don't even need to sand, but I do need to sand just because I didn't cut in the right place. Remember, if you're making scratch builds that require certain heights, make sure to cut off more than you need because it's way easier to remove stuff than it is to put stuff back. All right, that's 4. If I had a micromark job, this would be so much easier. There we go. That's 4. Now, just need 4 more. Also just kind of curious. Yeah, all right, this piece becomes too short as well. All right. Let's try and do what I did last time. Barely going to need any soon, though. Or maybe not this time. All right, pretty much just cut all the way through. Road doesn't even need to be sanded, but does it have to be? No, it actually doesn't. All right, so it's 5. Let's get 6. This one is 6. All right. 5 and a 6. Scrap wood for the thing. All right, now time for the last one. We only need 2 from it. And then we just need to make like the supports for the roof and stuff. And I'm not going to do that on stream because it's going to take too long. I should put on music, but I'm pretty much stream's pretty much over. All right, and the final one, number 8. All right, and there we go. That is all 8 legs for the thing. We can now put the wood away. And there we go. That's all we did on stream. We just cut wood all day. I'm just going to get rid of some of the sawdust. There we go. Sandpaper back in the modeling drawer. All right. So here's our 8 planks of wood. And here is our buffer. All right, there we go. Everything I need made from, I think this is balsa wood. Yeah. All right, so that's it for now, guys. Fun streaming. I might be back tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'm going out to HQ2 tonight or tomorrow. But I do want to do another stream at the layout. Because I'm going to be putting tracks together and stuff, which is always kind of fun. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Keep calm and build up.